Off a sweep of the Texas Rangers, the Pittsburgh Pirates back in the Bird, Guy, for the final homestand of the year.
9 straight on the road against American League teams. Pretty impressive.
Very impressive. And joining us now to talk about his ball club, Pirates manager Clint Hurdle, his semi-monthly visit here on Trib Live Radio. Welcome back to Pittsburgh, Clint. Thanks for coming on, as always.
You're welcome. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Clint, we're talking about the success you had this year in interleague play, and even as a player, I've always heard different theories that the American League teams are at a disadvantage because the pitchers don't normally bat. The National League teams are at a disadvantage because American League teams have these hired assassins that are paid just to hit home runs and not play the field. Do either of those theories hold water, or what do you attribute your success in interleague play to this year?
Well, number one, both of those theories hold water. I mean, it's common sense. If you build an American League team, you build it around the DH. They go out and spend vast amount of money in the offseason, the free agent market, to put a fourth hitter in their lineup, or a fifth hitter. Now, when you get to American League Park, we saw it, when the Red Sox came to our place a couple years ago, and your DH is on the bench because he can't play the field. It happened to us in Texas in the World Series. We had Guerrero wasn't in the outfield. The DH, he goes to San Francisco, he's going to ride the bench. So there is a difference there. We're also not built for a DH, so what we're taking normally is either a position player to kind of give him a rest and put him in the line of the DH, or you're taking a guy off your bench and making him the DH. Well, that's not the same deal. End of the day, though, it's still about how you pitch it, how you catch it, and if you can find a way to connect the dots on offense. That's what the game will always be, regardless of the different chess pieces you got to move in the kind of games you play. And that's what we've been able to do when we've gone on the road and played American League clubs and had the DH in play. We've pitched very well. We've played solid defense. The last 2 games, we played 2 days at Texas Hold'em in Arlington. Literally played Texas Hold'em in Arlington and came away with 3 victories. A great pitching performance the first day by Cole, but the last 2 days, it was basically finding a way just to stop them and keep them off the board and score one more run than them. So it was fun. Interleague play, I don't mind it. It's a pop quiz. Sometimes it's a pop quiz that stings you because you don't not always get another shot at them. It's one and done usually.
Well, Clint, we've talked about your team battling through spots of adversity all year. Coming off the St. Louis series, did you sense any extra pressure? It just looked like your guys, it was no big deal, and certainly by the way you got through that Texas Hold'em series, they showed it on the field. It didn't bother them.
No, they did, and I think if we can continue, I think we will continue to prepare, focus, play the way we're playing, that more people will buy in. We still have a large contingent of people follow our club. We were dead. We were done. I'm not saying we were done. You got to go to Texas. Oh, no. Well, you know what? Nothing changed. The focus didn't change. The preparation didn't change. Our focus was to win the game today. It wasn't St. Louis for 3 games. We got bullied. We got shoved around. I shared the team's first time all year. I think we actually just got bullied for a 3-game set. And I remind them of the time, first time I got on the playground, I got popped in the mouth by a kid. And I tasted some own blood. I said, wow, my buddy goes, what do we do? And I said, well, I'm not going home to tell my dad. I'm going to figure out how to pop him back because this is the only playground I got. And I got to find my way back on the playground. It's kind of the thoughts I shared with the team before we went out and played the Rangers. And I thought we did a nice job of punching back.
Well, the last time you were on with us, we were talking about expanded rosters, and you kind of didn't like this time of year. And I'm wondering, certainly you have more options now than you did a month ago with not just the expanded rosters, but the players that were added, the Birds and the Morneaus. Does it make your job more difficult because you have more choices each game to figure out what you want to do with your lineup, or is it more easy because you have more options?
I don't like it. I don't like playing the game for 5 months one way. I think one of the things you see over a 5-month period is the strength of the teams, and especially the strength of your bullpen, your bench. And you look across the field and you go, well, our bench is better than them. Okay, position player-wise, we're all right. We got a better bullpen. We got these guys. Now you can mix and match. I'm watching Walsh go through situational leverage situations in the 5th inning, 3 different relievers. Right, left, right, whatever he wants to do, and you have more choices. There's no doubt, and sometimes it gets you out of the mindset the way you've been thinking throughout the year. And the one thing that I think I've learned over time, players get used to the way you manage a game. You start managing the game differently, I think it heightens their awareness, which can turn to urgency, which can turn to uncertainty, because you start doing things you haven't done all year. You start pinch hitting for people in the fifth inning. You start, whatever you're doing, 3 pitchers in the 6. You don't do that all season. Now you're going to do it now. And so I think you've got to find a sense of balance through all this. But I'm not a fan of it. There's too many people up here. Set the roster at 30 every day. From September 1 out, you got 30 guys to go with. Rotate it. You can change it every day, whatever, and just go play the game.
One thing, Clint, that hasn't changed, the success at the back end of your bullpen. Watching Mark Melancon close it out a couple of nights ago there with a tying run on and 3 fastballs past Beltre, he gave almost just a minor fist pump.
That's a major celebration for him.
I know. Well, you use that phrase, slow heartbeat, all the time. I was wondering if he's got the slowest you've ever seen for somebody that pitches in those kind of situations.
There's times we need to put a mirror underneath his nose to make sure something's going on. He does. He is. The guys that I see, not to compare them to this class of closer, but you look at the 2 most elite closers in the game for me in my era. Eckersley had just started closing when I played, so I can't put the Eck in. Gossage was a different closer, but Rivera and Hoffman. Those guys were 9-to-5 guys. It was like the sheepdog on the Bugs Bunny cartoon. The guy that shows up with a lunch pail, punches the clock, punches in, goes chase the coyote all day, whatever, and then punches back and heads out. Lanson shows up, checks in, threw 30 pitches to get through it, and those are the trying times. For me, that was going to be the first save opportunity I was going to give him to not get it done because he had earned that. We dropped the ball in St. Louis a while back, and he got a blown save out of that one, which I don't put it in that category. But at the end of the day, he found more fastball 3 times to Beltre to get out a very dangerous hitter and keep the game in check and give us a big win.
Where's Jason Grilli right now, Clint? Is he close to being all the way back? Or?
Well, in your expert opinion, what do you think?
No. I don't think he is all the way back.
I think he's working hard. I think he's getting closer. I think what we see out of the arm, the first 10, 12 pitches is better than maybe a little fatigue. It's nothing there's nothing we can do other than try and keep him pitching on a regular basis because that's what he needs to do. It's almost like revisiting spring training. He threw some better breaking balls the other day. The pitch he struck out Andrus with was a better breaking ball. There were some good fastballs. Actually, the pitch that got hit by Rios and Beltre were located well. Beltre's might have been up. He fisted it over the right side to drive in a run. But Rios, I didn't think the pitch was that bad. It's still a work in progress, but I wanted to give him that extra opportunity to not – I can't continue pitching when we're behind. He's too good for that. I need to find out where he is and give him an opportunity to experience a different adrenaline level. So he's getting closer. Not quite there yet, but he's getting closer.
Just another minute or two here with Pirates manager Clint Hurdle on Trib Live Radio. You joined us a couple of weeks ago, Clint, and you had just acquired Marlon Byrd, and we were asking you about your history. I think you had told us you didn't have a whole lot of personal history with Marlon, and that you acquired Morneau shortly thereafter. How have these guys been as fits in the clubhouse? Obviously, they've been very successful for you on the field for 2 weeks here.
As good as you could ever hope for. Bird's got a effervescent personality. He's willing to share thoughts, opinions. Morneau, same way, lower key, different kind of guy. But Morneau and I have some history. He's very good friends with Larry Walker. Larry Walker's a guy that I coached and managed. And Walker was able to give Morneau, I think he felt some very good information, background information on me. Ron Gardenhire, who was a teammate of mine, a roommate of mine, coached Morneau for 10 years and managed. We've shared some thoughts already, but as far as being vocal in the dugout, both of them are, which is really cool to have. And their presence, physical presence, game presence is felt, lineup presence is felt. So, again, a big tip of the cap to the timing to Bob for cutting the money loose, and for Frank, sitting in with Neil, and Neil being aggressive and getting things done, man. Our general manager you never know how they're going to play out. We still got a bunch of games to play, but to go out and probably get us two of the impactful bats that are available and to get them when we got them, you can't do any better than that.
Last one for me, Clint. Yesterday, Barmas and A.J. Burnett had a few words for each other on the field. We saw it on TV. Are you satisfied that was no big deal and that they've patched it up? And as a manager, when things like that happen, do you feel like you need to step in those situations or let the guys iron it out themselves?
It all depends. Sometimes they iron it out themselves. This one was taken care of before I got back to the clubhouse after the game. And it's really nobody's business but ours at the end of the day. These guys are competing, they're playing, and the thing about AJ that makes you laugh and makes you cry is his competitive nature. He throws a pitch where he wants to throw it. The guy hits it where he thinks he wanted to hit, and we're not able to make a play. But, as far as we've told him, we're going to play the shifts. We played them all year. You look at our matchups, what we've done, what we're doing defensively, way more dividends and losses. At the end of the game, we're ready to go. Those guys have already spoken, and we're in a good place. And I love the fire. I do love the fact that they care. And to think everybody's going to, you want a bunch of robots running around there? It is what it is. And we've handled it, taken care of it, and we're going to go play tonight.
Nothing worse than indifference, that's for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
Clint, the homestand here, last thing, not to be overly dramatic, there's never been a homestand like this at PNC Park in this time of the year. Are you looking forward to it?
Whoa, you bet. I mean, just being out on the road and it was brought to my attention. You know it, but you don't know it until you say, okay, this is our last homestand. The year's gone by quickly at times, and it really has gone by quickly most of the season. It's been a good pace. I'm looking forward to getting out and playing in front of our hometown fans. Really am. With the things we've been able to accomplish, some of the joy we've been able to bring, the significant wins, 81 and 82, for all the different reasons at all the different levels, for all the different people. We honor that. And I do believe that we'll have a great response to our efforts this homestand, as evidenced by the people that are going to come out and the attendance we're going to have and the noise they're going to make for their buckos.
Congrats on the success, and welcome back. We'll see you at the Yard. Thanks for coming on, as always.
Very good, man. Have a great day.
Okay.
Thanks, Clint. See you tonight.
Pirates manager with us here on Trib Live Radio. Boy, he had some great sound bites there. He was in a good mood today.